Hello, welcome. Today we're going to do a really awesome core workout, just 10 minutes, nice and quick. A good one that you can do every single day if you want to feel that you've got a nice strong core. I'm not going to use any props as well, just make it nice and simple, nice and easy for you to join in at any point, any day, whenever you can fit it in. This is for you. So we'll get straight into it. I'm going to talk a bit about core technique before we get straight into it. It's so important to make sure we've got the things firing how we want to. So in your Pilates, you want to work your deep core muscles. So when we lie down, come onto lying on our back, feet planted, knees bent. Feel here that you're in a neutral spine. So if you were to bring your hands underneath your lower back, you should feel that there's space between your lower back and the mat. Everyone's space will be a little bit different. Mine's quite big, so I can fit my hands fully underneath, but you might just be able to fit a couple of fingers, just feeling that you've got that space. And even if you were to have your hands on your pelvis and make like a little triangle, you'd feel that your fingertips, which would be on your pubic bone, and your thumb is in one line. So that lets you know that you're in your neutral, which is what we want. And then we're going to start just by feeling this in the body. So with the legs bent, we're going to drop one knee out to the side. Just have your hands on the hip bones so you can feel that you're not dropping fully. Your hip bones keep pointing up towards the ceiling. So a little opening through that left side. And on your exhale, I want you to think of pulling up through that pelvic floor like you're stopping yourself from doing a wee, flattening your belly down to draw that knee back up towards the ceiling. So other side, we drop the knee out, but our hip bones keep pointing to the ceiling. So have your hands on your hips so you can check. Exhale, we lift up through that pelvic floor, pull the belly in to draw that knee back to center. Just keep playing with this as an idea. This is your knee fallouts. And I want you to feel that you're using your core to bring that knee back in rather than just using your leg. So our breath in Pilates is inhale through the nose and then exhale through the mouth. We exhale through the mouth so we can let go of that breath fully so that we can pull the belly in completely. So when it ever feels most challenging in an exercise, that's when you want to exhale, because that's when you can engage your core fully. So just keep that in mind with any Pilates exercises you do. You exhale when it's the most challenging to help you get that core stabilization. Let's do one more. Good, and then we're going to find our tabletop position. So we're lifting one knee up and then other knee up into tabletop. So feel here that you're probably more in an imprinted spine, is what we call it in Pilates. So you've probably lost that gap between the lower back and the floor, and that's okay. Here, I want you to feel how much of a gap you've got, and I want you to keep it with that gap. So we call this an imprinted spine, and then we're going to reach one foot down to the floor and then pull it back in. Just know that that's a directional cue. So your foot doesn't have to touch the floor. Mine's not, but I'm definitely still working my core. Yeah. And I like to exhale to pull it back in, but some days I like to exhale when the foot comes down. So just play around with where you think you need the most support. Your goal is to keep this imprinted spine. So we don't just lower our leg and collapse, lose that frontline engagement and arch into our back. We stay nice and engaged, that rib to hip, and pressing that lower back down towards the floor. Okay, here for 3, 2, and 1. Nice, we come back in. Okay, we're going to keep progressing with this. So this time it's your bicycle leg. We're going to reach that right leg forward. Exhale, pull it back in. Left leg extends, pull it back in. So far, all of the exercises we've done is the head down, and you're welcome to keep your head down. I love to have that as an option for people. You could always rest your head on a cushion if you need instead. Otherwise, find that rib to hip connection, reach the hands up to the ceiling. We're going to reach our hands forward to curl. Hands come back to the ceiling, rest the head back down. Other side, reach forward to curl, coming back. Forward to curl, Yep, so here we're trying to make sure we're focusing on reaching forward with our fingertips. And when we rest our head back down, the hands are just stacked right above the shoulders so we don't go further back, because there's no point. There's no point going back there. Yeah, we want to think of going up and forward. So just till they're stacked and try not to use momentum. Yeah, here for 5, for 4, 3, 2. Okay, you got one more. Good, come back to center, reach the hands up, feet up towards the ceiling. Okay, this time we're going to bring those hands one on top of the other, so palms face forward, and then we're going to take the legs out wide as we reach forward, and then coming back into that stacked position. So we reach forward, this is called your nutcracker, and then bending back in. So if straight legs don't feel great, you can always do this with bent legs instead, and you can keep the feet touching, and then just open those knees out wide, and then coming back. Or you can do this with straight legs, but again, we just don't want that back to arch. So exhale to reach, and how to come back. You can do this while keeping the head down if you need to. Yeah, otherwise we're seeing if we can curl up nice and high, finding that reach. Good, straight legs or bent legs, you choose. We're here for 4, 3, yep, for 2. Good, one more, we reach. We're gonna hold here. Now imagine you had a target right out in front of you. You're trying to touch that target. Fingertips tap, tap, tap. So we're staying at that top range. Find that reach, reach, reach. Good, 6, 5. Chin stays tucked in. 4, 3, 2, 1. Good, hands to the ceiling. Keep those legs nice and straight if you can. Separate those arms. You can keep the legs straight or you can bend them, it's up to you. But we're going to sweep forward and hold and come into our hundreds. So flatten that belly down. We pulse our arms up and down. We breathe in for 5 and out for 5. Breathing in and out. Good, in. Reach, reach, flatten, flatten, flatten. So that's what I think when I'm breathing out. I use that exhale out to see if I can find more of a reach and more of a pulling down through my belly. So we breathe in and breathe out. Breathing in, breathing out, reach, reach, down, down, down. Keep pulling that belly down as much as you can. You can always do bent legs if you need. You can always turn out if you're feeling those hip flexors a bit. You can always bring a hand behind your head. Otherwise, we're not going to be here for too much longer. So keep pulsing those arms, flattening your belly. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Hug the knees in, resting down. Left knee is going to stay tucked in. We just keep moving, guys. Right leg is going to extend. Chin to chest, we curl our forehead towards our knee. We breathe out, out. Inhale, swap. Breathe out, out. Inhale, swap. Good, so we keep flowing through this. Again, you want to stay curled up. If that's not feeling good on the neck, just rest the head down. And again, you can keep it going. Or you can rest your head on a pillow. But otherwise, we're seeing if we can stay curled up, keep that rib to hip connection, and keep flowing through those legs. So squeeze in, swap, in, swap. You can do this with straight legs if you prefer. In, swap, in, swap. Here for 6, 5, 4. Curl up higher. 3. Gaze stays forward, chin tucked in. 2. Last one. Good. Hug the knees in, rest the head down, find that little rock side to side. Yay, good job, guys. Okay, let's try squeeze in one more exercise. Find that tabletop. Fingertips to your ears. We curl up, but more oblique this time. We're going to rotate to one knee. Come back to center, rotate to the other. Come back to center, rest the head down. We curl up, we twist, twist, center, and rest. We curl, twist, twist, center, and rest. Keep this going. Option to add the legs into it, which would be your bicycle leg. So we twist towards the bent leg, we swap, center, and rest. Across, across, center, and rest. Breathe out, return, and lower. And lower. Good. Keep it going, guys. Maybe you don't even have to lower in between. Maybe you can just keep rotating. But I don't want that knee to pull in. I want the knee to stay stacked right above the hip. Twist more from your shoulders and your belly. This one is always super effective. So you're welcome. Yeah, keep moving through it. You choose how low you straighten those legs, the lower they are, the harder it will be to keep that imprinted spine. So if you feel you're arching, just extend the legs straight up or just stay in tabletop. You choose. If you feel like you're up for it, maybe you can reach them lower. Good. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Awesome. Resting back down. Amazing. Good job, guys. Well, nice and quick, short, core burner. Hope you enjoyed it. Feel free to do it every day to get that core nice and strong. Let me know if you've got any